detective. Thrill me.
Thanks for joining us. We will scale Mount Rushmore once more and then fucking slide down Flushmore. With we're going to go genre this time. We're going to go with our slashers. It's close to our, it's probably our most, well-liked genre. Part of the horror genre, but a sub-genre, obviously slashers. We've got a big history with these movies, so it'll be interesting to see if anything kind of different comes up on the mountain. Let's kick this off, Jared. Where were you? What's your first one on Rushmore?
I don't think there's going to be any big shocks here. Kicking off with Scream.
Definitely on my Rushmore.
It's, personal Rushmore, it's probably the thing that kicked the fucking fandom into overdrive.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was already circling around your fucking stashes of Fangoria magazines and already well aware with some of these guys, but Scream fucking really kicked it into top gear where it just became, I've got to fucking dig into everything and got to really sort of
go back into the fucking, like, the history of slasher, the 80s slashers, all that sort of stuff.
And from that point, you could never really watch one of the older slashers again without Scream on your mind in some way or another.
Yeah.
But every time I go back to it, it's just a fucking fantastically written bit of work. I would argue it's probably, and I know for some people will call me a fucking idiot, but I personally reckon it's the best written slasher in terms of like keeping you guessing, exciting, scary sequences.
Well, put it this way, I think that's a given. I think it's a mixture of like subverting the tropes, self-referential, interesting characters, and a fucking mystery. Yeah. It's actually a mystery.
And it never, subverting the tropes doesn't work, and we've seen it not work in other movies that try to do it if your bit of work is not good.
Yes.
And this was fucking good.
Yes.
So I think it's never really been topped in that regard.
No. It's also got like some interesting kills or whatever slipped in there as well, which is a trope, a major part of slasher films. Great performances, a top-notch final girl.
Yep.
And then to add to that, I had probably one of my best cinema experiences ever seeing this. Packed crowd at Hoyt's. It was fucking going off. People were loving it.
Yeah.
And I think that, that just adds an extra layer to an already 5-star movie.
Yeah, and it's funny because the first time I saw it, you took me because you'd already seen it and you were like, you got to see this.
Yeah.
And so I recall going with you and it wasn't like I don't recall it being packed, but I was fucking locked in.
Yeah, yeah.
Just locked in.
That opening 15 minutes is what gets you in.
Oh,
and then it holds you there, which is very rare for these type of movies.
Yeah.
We've seen it many times where they get you in with something and then they let you go because it's not as tight. But this is tight all the way through.
Yep.
It's a real great piece of work. I've got it on my Rushmore, but obviously, I think this is not going to surprise anyone, but the 1978 Halloween is still, in my opinion, probably the scariest slasher in the sense of the whole package.
Yeah.
The idea of the boogeyman, this fucking unknown person escaping from somewhere and just happening to come to town.
Yeah.
With no reason for fucking wanting to kill you, but just happens to want to kill you.
Yeah. And it's funny for me because, like, being of the era, obviously I'm a little bit younger, not much, but in that period where Halloween still held this fucking power on, hiring it on VHS and all this sort of shit. And so we've gone through a patch now where younger audiences kind of look at something like Halloween and like, oh, it's not really scary.
Yeah.
But I kind of, now we're in this period where like Art the Clown is probably top of the pile in the horror game. And I kind of look at it and like, doesn't even hold a candle for me.
No.
But then you have something like Obsession that goes bonkers. And the same people that are probably telling you, oh, Michael Myers isn't really scary. I'm like, what's obsession? Like
Yeah.
the way that it uses like sound and fucking, quiet and things like that. I'm like, it's not that far removed from the same sort of DNA of how it actually scares you. It's not
Absolutely not.
So yeah, I think it's absolutely top of the pile in the old slasher game.
But just the way too that it kind of, that whole thing about him in the background.
Yeah.
But Carpenter doesn't give you the sting
No.
to let you know he's there,
No,
which became
not
the
always,
trope as it went along into the 80s. We had to get like a musical sting to tell you that there's someone there.
Yeah.
But in this one, you just kind of saw it out of the corner of your eye, and then you started looking for it all the time.
Yeah.
Is he there somewhere?
And it was shot in a way that the fringes of everything was so fucking dark that he could be anywhere.
Yeah, correct.
And that's the whole thing. That's how he became the boogeyman, because as the audience, we're sitting there fucking thinking it is like the boogeyman. We can't tell.
Sphincter muscle was fucking like, mine was like a dot.
Yeah. It's the movie equivalent of fucking, looking in where the lights are off and you look into the cupboard, you're like, I can't see anything there. There
Or
could
you
be
think
something
you hear
there.
something downstairs and you yell down the stairs,
Yeah.
who's the fuck's there?
Yeah. Get out of here. I've got a bat.
So, yeah, I think it's still holds up.
Yeah,
for
to me, it still
holds up.
There's still a powerful experience there.
All right, third one on the list for you.
So I got another one of the big boppers, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, I think as much as I've got an appreciation for other slashers and things like that, Freddy's still hard to top in a lot of ways. In terms of the killer that sort of talked and the some of the scary sequence, even in something like Nightmare on Elm Street 2, and I know I'm talking about something that's outside of why this is the Rushmore, but I look at even his shitter stuff where he could squeeze some scares out of like peeling his head in Elm Street 2 and shit like that. I think it's the most imaginative sort of take on a slasher still.
Yeah.
There's been some good ones along there, and we're in a period where people like to try to skew things and show us things that haven't been done. But I think, in the midst of it, Wes Craven still found probably the most imaginative one right in the thick of it when things were sort of in the peak of everyone's dropping a slasher out into the market. He was the one that said, well, have a look at this.
Yeah, yeah.
I still watched the first Nightmare on Elm Street, and again, there's something there for me every time.
Yeah, agreed. Look, it's not on my Rushmore, which is I know this is interesting, and you may see that as considering the next two are probably definitely not better films.
Well, it's personal.
Yeah, for me,
my fourth one is similar.
Mine are more, what do I go to?
Yeah.
But I do not deny that like the original Nightmare on Elm Street is different, creepy. Freddy is a very interesting villain.
Yeah.
And the only one that talks out of the big boppers, the big Friday the 13th, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy's the only one that talks.
Yep.
The first one wisely takes it back.
Yeah.
And he talks, but he only talks briefly, but they're all they all make they hit you.
Well, I still think thing for me too is when I look at it, elevated pictures.
Yeah.
I still think Elm Street is amongst the very best.
Yes.
Like coming in with the pitch of how about a killer who gets you in your sleep? Like,
well, that's the great bit, isn't it? There's nowhere to hide.
Yeah.
That's what makes it really, really creepy. Is that idea that if I fall asleep, I die.
Yep.
And I can't not sleep.
Yes. And I think adding to the Rushmore status of it for me is some of those scenes in the first one are still super creepy.
Yes.
I always think of the school and the
where he cuts himself
walkway and yeah.
So he cuts his fingers off the whole, watch this.
So I think that's got to be in there.
Yeah, definitely. All right, my third on the Rushmore is 1981's My Bloody Valentine.
One of your favourites?
I think I've said this before. It's not the best, but it's one that I always go back to.
It's damn good.
Anytime I want to watch a slasher, I'll hover around this one and the next one that I've got on my list.
Yep.
But something about this I really love. It's not teenagers. It's blue collar. The fact that it's in a mine is a really creepy setting. The miner's outfit
Excellent.
is really cool. And it generates some fucking tension.
Mm.
And you know how much I love it happened once, it happened twice, cancel a dance, or it'll fucking happen thrice. But it's funny that we talk about that and we laugh, which I always laugh at that one, because that's the one where they open it, it's got a heart and the mayor goes, ah! Like a fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
But the one where the lady gets killed in the laundromat and she opens the box and it says, roses are red, violets are blue, one is dead, and so are you.
Mm.
And then the lights go out. It's just fucking really cool. There's something really cool about the whole My Bloody Valentine angle.
Yes.
And I just think watching the unrated cut, I mean, I reckon it would have done fucking great business if they hadn't have cut the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Because there's some really good effects and it adds to an already really good movie.
Yeah. And it still hangs around. It's still in the conversation of really good slashers from that period.
I would have loved to have seen a sequel.
Yeah. I
At
still
that
attach
time.
that with a great memory from fucking Halloween Horror Nights too.
Yeah.
Every time I went there in the States, seeing
his
a bloke
pants.
pooping his pants and running out of the maze squealing. It was fucking brilliant.
Gotcha there. Okay, what have you got fourth on the list?
Okay, so my fourth is probably another one that swings towards personal
Taste.
territory. I did consider Texas Chainsaw briefly
Interesting.
because the first one, I mean, you are well acquainted with my feelings about that over the years. I used to really dislike it,
Yeah.
but almost every viewing over the previous couple of years,
It's kind of grown.
part one has really
Yeah.
grown on me, and I really appreciate it. The rest of the series, debatable, but the first one definitely has
Especially
grown
that
on
most
me, and
recent one. Fuck.
I definitely have taken a stronger view towards it deserves its recognition.
Yes.
But for me personally, this one's another one that the last few years it's really fucking skyrocketed for me.
Mhm.
And I would say that it's genuine. I genuinely love the first film now.
Mhm.
Candyman.
Candyman.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's super deep too. Like it's got fucking meat.
Yeah. It's got a lot of shit that you can dig into in terms of like the commentaries and the you know there's a bit of an artsy touch to the way it's directed in times.
Yeah, it's fucking artsy.
For a
all right.
fucking idiot like me, you throw in a couple of Dutch tilts or something.
Oh
like that.
yeah.
But no, I think it's genuinely like fantastically directed. Tony Todd, fuck, you just love the man. When I watch that every single time, I'm like, fuck, he's good.
Yeah. He's really good
He's
in that.
really, really good. He's super scary.
Got a deep timbre to the voice.
Yes.
Which I like.
Another one, like you said, it's not set around teenagers, and it involves that. It involves stuff that's like skewed towards the urban legend, but it's being studied by adults in the movie, which I think is something interesting to look at in the realm of the slashers that we often sort of.
It's also a bit later.
Yeah,
It's early 90s.
yes.
So
It's
we
where-
were
it's at
kind
a
of
point-
looking for something new, something different, perhaps in the slasher realm.
Yeah, it's at a point where the old formula had been proven
Kind of
to be a little
dried up,
tired,
yeah.
So yeah, and I think watching it now, just things like the score are really fantastic, which was never something that I really latched onto when I was younger. So yeah, I reckon the last probably 5 to 10 years, I think Candyman has just fucking soared up the rankings for me.
Rocketed.
So yeah, that's on my personal Rushmore currently.
Okay, well, I will top mine off, and I'm sure quite a few people would be unenthused by this, my hot take here. But my last one on Rushmore, Happy Death Day.
Oh, okay.
I fucking love that movie.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's really cool.
funny. It's a different take. The Groundhog Day slasher. And all of that works. And you get a fantastic performance at the heart of it. It's made for fuck all, yet it looks great. The only thing that I don't like about it is working out who the killer is turns out to be fairly easy. I think when you finally when you look closely at it, you realise how easy it is to work that out.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. It's fucking good fun. And I kind of love the fact that they kind of nail the whole arc from bitchy sorority girl to someone who realises, fuck, I'm a bit of an asshole.
Yeah.
And comes around to it. And that's really, really hard to do.
Yeah.
And they do it.
Underrated killer look too.
Yeah, I don't mind the cherub.
The mask is cool.
Yeah, the mask is cool. So I dug it. The sequel, not so much.
Not so much, no.
That's when you start trying to explain things.
Yeah.
And you fucked it up. But the first one on its own is just a real, real good time. So that's my Rushmore. So my Rushmore for slashers is Halloween 78, Scream, My Bloody Valentine from 1981, and Happy Death Day.
Yeah. So I had Halloween and Scream and Nightmare on Elm Street and Candyman.
Solid. Okay, Flushmore. Let's flush some fucking slashers.
I'm putting it out there. I had a real struggle with this.
Okay.
Because I've watched some bad slashers over the journey.
Recently?
Well,
I mean, we've all seen shit. But
yeah. So there's definitely a recency bias for me. And I guess I had to sit around the ones where there was a little bit of ill feeling towards things, which it's not my default position.
No.
I try to go in hoping things are good
but you had some ill feeling towards some of these.
You're talking to a bloke who put the Jungle Cruise on a Mount Rushmore somewhere, so I'm usually trying to be reasonably positive, so I had to circle around ones that I could recall having some real bones to pick with.
Yeah, okay. My first one is from 1982 or 83, and this may not be very well known by a lot of people. And this is one that I don't have a bone to pick with, but it's one of those movies, slashers, where it's ineptly made. It's fucking laughable in large portions. And this is the kind of movie that it's where if you had a knife and a fucking, and a killer and a girl with running around in very little clothing, you could get a slasher made. And it's called Don't Go in the Woods Alone.
Mm-hmm.
This is the kind of movie that looks like it's been shot through a fucking jockstrap. But also, it's the kind of movie where you're in the woods. There's a guy in a wheelchair, but he somehow managed to get around, like in the rough terrain, Jared.
Did he have his 4 wheels?
So it's that kind of movie. It's also got some shocking performances by people who you would barely call fucking actors. And just the whole package. It's like they took all the ingredients of a turd and just kind of shaped it into a movie.
There's one ingredient in a turd as far as I can.
Well, a little bit of corn, a little bit of fucking protein.
Yeah.
A little bit of caffeine.
Plenty of caffeine at the moment.
It's a shocking film. And I think I've seen it once.
Yeah.
In my life. And I would never go back to it. Ever.
Okay.
Inept is the word I use.
All right. Well, here's some recency bias and a case where there's probably worse films that I've watched.
Yes.
But they didn't offend me as much.
Okay.
Strangers Chapter 3.
I didn't even think about that. Fucking hell. So, I mean, there's a case for having all three of them in there.
Well, yeah, there is a case, and I did think about that, but I felt like my own sort of take was after part one, I was like, God, that was terrible, but I'll give you the chance to explain yourself in part two. Then when you explained yourself, I was still annoyed.
I was unhappy with the explanation.
I think part three was where I was sitting in the cinema going, fuck you, Rennie Harlan. You can sit on it and rotate.
Fucking rotate fast.
Up yours with a twirling lawnmower, Rennie.
Exactly. But you know what? Where's the director's cut for us? Where are we talking about the director's cut?
The supercut's coming. The supercut might be the one that's on the Flushmore when that comes around.
Because 3 was fucking confusing. It looked like it had been chopped up, like they'd chopped and changed and stuff. It was really, really difficult to follow.
Yeah.
It explained nothing. about the previous fucking events.
I mean, my frustration level was where 3 landed on Flushmore. Because I basically watched the entire thing, and any time a character did something, I was sitting there going, oh, yeah, that'd be right. Fucking Jesus Christ. What am I doing here watching this? Just like I was in a bad state of mind. I was in a bad frame of mind about it all.
I mean, look, it's not on my Flushmore, but fuck, only because I didn't even think of it.
Yeah.
Because I've got some shit on here that I felt I needed to flush.
And as I said, like there's worse movies. Like I would say something like, you tell me something like Pieces. I would say Pieces is a less competently made movie.
But it's a laugh riot.
But boy, I have a laugh with it. I have a great
fun.
time. Same this, something like Houseboat Horror. Same sort of. These are worse movies.
Bar up.
These are worse movies, but I just have fun with them, and I don't. So I guess my Flushmore comes around to
things
that aggravate upset me greatly. Yeah.
Well, let me put one in your fucking in your pipe of one that fucking upsets me, and that's Halloween 2, the Rob Zombie version.
Yeah, yep.
Absolutely shocking. Like, I listened to a podcast where they were cutting the shit out of the first Halloween zombie one.
Yeah.
And they fucking, one of them said, I enjoy Halloween 2 more.
Yeah, because it's Rob Zombie's Halloween is the whole line that people
there is
take.
Nobody on earth that I can think of.
Yeah.
I know nobody who would tell me that this was enjoyable to them.
Mm.
And I'd be worried.
Well,
like,
it's the one for me where it's another example in a long line of them, but almost the prime one for just let someone else write your thing.
Yeah.
Give them your ideas if you want, but every time one of your characters opens their mouths, I'm just like, I can't watch this.
Who are these people?
Yeah.
Who are these characters? There is no one to root for.
Yeah. And I get, so he's,
and this turns the dial up to like 10.
Yeah,
like it just fucking, they're all assholes.
And, his whole thing around, well, I grew up in some shitty environments and there's people like this out there. Yeah, I get it, Rob, but you've also lived a reasonably privileged existence since you made a bit of bank as a rock star, and so you've probably encountered people in the world that don't talk like that.
Yeah.
But
you're also a director-writer, Rob.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand write what you know, but you don't know about murderers.
Yeah.
You're not a fucking serial killer, so
I can't have anyone that argues there's depth to the family because they talk really badly because it's a bad family environment.
Oh my God.
There's not depth to that. It's just people spewing filth. Like it's just like,
but it's a terrible film on all fronts. But just that sequence at the start with the 2 Morgue guys in the van.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I just can't have this. I can't listen to this fucking garbage coming out of these characters.
Yeah.
And it's just they're nothing characters who just spew fucking gross shit only to be murdered seconds later. Yeah, well, people would say, but they get their comeuppance because they're awful people. But when was Michael a fucking avenger of good taste? He was never that.
But you know who else talks like that? Michael and his family in the first one.
Yeah, correct. Well, I guess, yeah. So really, you should just shrug your shoulders, Michael, and fucking leave.
Yeah. Sounds like Dad.
Yeah. Or that fucking scumbag that was my stepdad.
Yeah, that's right.
Fucking hell.
God.
Talking about skull fucking people and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, look, the pair of them are fucking awful, but part 2 is just, to me, it's unwatchable.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. And I try not to, I've put the shit on Rob Zombie plenty of times, but I actually think I've said this over and over. I actually think he's got something. I just wish he would let someone else write something and say, can you direct
I think he's
me?
got some genuinely decent directing skills.
Yeah,
but
sure.
his writing's just terrible.
Yeah.
What are you going to go for now?
Okay, same series. I went for Halloween Ends.
Halloween Ends.
I mean, putting it head to head with Halloween 2, I'd probably agree with you that Halloween 2 is probably a worse movie, but I could just never get past whenever people were talking about what Halloween Ends did well, I could never get past, but this butts up against everything that you told me in Halloween Kills. And like, I just can't watch it separate to Halloween Kills and just have people say, oh yeah, but it's a pretty good idea that he did this and he did that. And I'm like, yeah, but what did we set up in Halloween Kills? Because I can't forget about the back end of that, where you told me the idea this guy was fucking invincible. And I get that there's threads coming through that it's the idea of evil and all this sort of stuff, but I'm like, it just doesn't work for me with what you finished off in the last one. And it's one of these cases where I don't think, for me, having a big swing, okay, great. I'm happy for you to take a swing and come with a different idea.
Mm-hmm.
But if you miss, it's still a fucking strike.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, you don't get, oh, well, we'll let you run 2 bases because the idea was pretty good.
But also, be prepared to take some heat
Yeah.
for that.
Yep.
I appreciate the swing too, but I just can't get past Michael Myers in the fucking sewers.
That's what I could never
hiding
get past.
out.
Yeah. I could never
for
get
what
past.
seems to be many years.
Yeah.
I don't understand any of that. Like, I don't know what you were getting at.
Corey Cunningham wrestling Michael in the sewers is nightmare stuff. The stuff of nightmare. Anytime I talk about cinema, that stuff gives me nightmares. Not for the reasons
Corey
I wanted to
Cunningham
have nightmares.
having Michael Myers in a fucking figure 4 leg lock in a dirty sewer is not what I paid my money for.
Yeah. I missed the scene where Brucey Buffer was down there. Let's get it on.
Or Michael had just fucking dropped the hammer on fucking Ric Flair and he stumbled away into one of the darkened tunnels and collapsed.
Yeah, I just, it's funny that we mentioned, what's his name, Rowan, guy that plays Corey Cunningham.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
I look at something like Silent Night, Deadly Night. That's a swing that
kind of worked
for me. Yeah, that was one where I'm like, you're taking a big chance with this, but I liked it. Like, I get that those ideas and those takes on an established thing are going to divide people. So I'm on the wrong side of the line for Halloween Ends, but I can never. And I know people hate Halloween Kills as well. I don't hate it. It's not my favourite in the franchise.
No, I thought Kills was okay. It just had some slight problems.
Yeah, and it's got some laughable elements amongst it as well. But I just can't. To me, I can't watch Ends separate to the ideas and the way that you finished Kills.
Every time I think about Kills, I think about let's fucking chase the fucking midget who we reckon's Michael Myers until he jumps off the roof.
Michael Cobblepot Myers.
Fucking hell. But yeah, like, I'm with you. I'm keen to take a swing and I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let the fact that, look, you had a go. Yeah. And this is what you came up with. I don't have to like it, but I appreciate the fact that you were trying to go in different directions.
Yes.
But in saying that, you did such a great job with 2018. You could have followed them up with more traditional slashers that looked at character, because that's what you did with 2018. You looked at Laurie Strode.
And that's talking about that even with something like Sartain in the mix. Like
shit, I forgot about him too. Fuck. And then there was the Honey Dippers. Oh,
I mean, this series
is ripe with
there was
rubbish.
Lots of swings in the series. I just felt by the time Halloween Ends came around, it was a culmination, and I just felt like you've just dropped whatever you were putting out in Kills and just gone with something completely different. And I just can't. I can't kind of. I don't know. It's hard to watch a film that's the third in a series that you've set up as you watch these all together. This is our new continuity.
Yeah.
And just have this jarring change in one of these films. I can't go with it.
I'm going to go with the remake to Prom Night.
It was very close for me.
Oh, Idris Elba. I mean, I almost tore up his SAG card then. Thank Christ I didn't. I let him.
This guy's got no future.
I cut him some slack because it is fucking as boring and bloodless as a slasher can get. Like, it's like CW slasher. You know what I mean? It's like something that they would have had on, like, network television. And it's just, it's so hard to watch.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get anything out of it. Like, there's nothing good to come out of the Prom Night remake, in my opinion. Now, the original is also a pretty average piece of work, but it's much better than this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I struggle with this one.
Definitely. There was a couple in this kind of mix. I had the April Fool's Day one as well.
God.
It was circling the drain
Almost
for me.
forgot that.
But yeah, this was the one where this was probably number 5 for me. If there was any to switch out, this one was going in.
Because this was released at cinemas and made some money.
Yeah, yeah. And was just like...
Put Idris Elba on the map.
It was like being slapped in the face with how bad it was when we were watching it.
Jonathan Sketch. Even you should be fucking ashamed of yourself. And you were looking for work. At the time, I'm sure.
That's rough. Yeah, it's... I think it's kind of what you said. It's almost... To be a slasher but have no real sort of blood or gore. Like, I'm obviously not a gore hound. I look at something like Terrifier and be like, you can tone that shit down.
Yeah.
But this is too far the other way.
You've got to have some visceral...
Yeah, and you've got to have some stalk and scare sort of...
This one wasn't keen on that either.
No. It really lacks any of that stuff. You spoke about when we're talking about the Rushmore, something like Michael Myers being on the fringes somewhere and scaring you in that way. This is almost the very other end of the spectrum of just like, there's just none of that.
Yeah, it's a chore to sit through this. And the same team put out The Stepfather as well, the remake of The Stepfather, which I think was probably marginally better.
Yeah.
Possibly because it's more of a thriller, so I didn't need the gore elements. But,
yeah.
And I think was it Dylan Walsh?
Yeah.
Pretty good performance from him as the stepfather. But other than that, that was also a fucking turd. It was almost like they were just watering things down to be, PG. PG rate, you get it in cinemas. They'll make a little bit of box office, and they did. So, I mean, I get the business model, but I don't like the picture. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Around that same time, we also got Fog remake, which was also fucking...
Gee whiz.
Jesus Christ, it was a bad time.
That was rough.
What else have you got on yours?
I suspect there might possibly be some crossover here, but Freddy's dead.
You know what? I haven't got that on here. I fucking possibly
you hate it more than I do.
Possibly because I just fucking hate this so much. I can't even put it on.
Yeah.
I refuse to put it up anywhere.
Yeah, Freddy's Dead's one of those examples of like, it's one of the ones where I almost feel affronted by people that are like, well, if you don't like Freddy's Dead, you're not a real fan of, you can't be a fan of the series if you dislike one. I'm like,
oh man,
no, I don't subscribe to that. I just think this is the worst of what you can offer with Freddy. And I feel like saying I can't be a fan of the series if I dislike this movie that's where some of the frustration comes from.
Yes.
And I'm just tired over the years of the defense of it somewhat. None of it clicks for me. Absolutely none of it clicks for me. And I mean, even the other day, we're having a discussion because your brother sent us a video that was a very interesting video of Rachel Talali sort of trying to explain some of the constraints. And I'm like, it's genuinely interesting, and I'm kind of thrilled to hear the perspectives of people that are involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
But it also could have been a 5-second video of saying, sorry, we made a shit movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's sort of just butting your head up against the wall. Like, I recall I used to get annoyed by some of the stuff on special features and in Never Sleep Again, where I feel like there was this sense from her that if you don't like it, you just don't get it. And that used to bother me.
Yeah, I totally disagree there.
Yeah, and so I've always watched this movie with a kind of chip on the shoulder, I guess.
And to me, you're not even taking a swing here. Like, we talked about Halloween Ends taking a swing. That is a big swing, right? And it's away from where they were going. But you watch it, it is basically just we've reached the point where we've turned Freddy into like a fucking idiot.
Well, it's. I thought the ideas of how they're going to use the kills and stuff like that were just sort of bottom of the barrel.
Yeah,
across the entire series. And this is where I'll give Talali a little bit of leeway. She was talking about how she was kind of forced to do the 3D without the capacity to do the 3D.
Yeah,
and so that sequence of the 3D sequence. But as I said to you, you're trying to explain to me that you didn't have the capacity, but somebody thought it was a good idea to have 3 demon heads cutting deals with Freddy
Freddy.
being
Being
burnt.
But
But
also,
I'm like, it doesn't matter when you got that as the foundation you're standing on. You're going to get washed away in the flood. Like,
fuck oath. But also, Jared, so is she sort of insinuating that, like, Bob Shea pushed this on her?
yeah, well, she didn't name names, but she was basically saying, we were told this is the way it was going to be. And what she sort of said was that at that time she was just so thrilled with the opportunity she was given that she would have fucking...
So hang on. So was 3D booming back then? No, it wasn't.
No.
So I'm not really sure what the fuck you were trying to get.
What she was saying, like she brought up the Michael Jackson ride. Was it Universal?
Captain EO?
Was it Universal or Disney? Yeah, Captain EO. That she was like, they basically spent 30 mil to make that 3D fantastic, and we had a budget of like 7 or something like that. So it was never going to happen. But they said you've got to do it. But even then, I'm just like, that doesn't excuse all of
poor filmmaking.
That was minutes of a 90-minute movie.
Yeah, that was
or
incoherent rambling and made Freddy Krueger the biggest dickhead on the screen. Well, that's the problem. That's why the chip on my shoulder's so deep I won't even put it on Flushmore. Like, I buried the fucker.
Yeah.
It's below Flushmore.
Yeah.
But what I mean is the chip is on my shoulder because I'm like, you people have been involved in this series and you seem to have no fucking concept of what Freddy Krueger is.
Yeah. Yeah, I just, like I said, there was the chip on the shoulder from that sense. There's always been the chip from, I hate the idea that you can't be a big Nightmare on Elm Street fan if you dislike one of the movies. I'm like, no,
I dislike several of them.
No, it's just like, well, I don't know. There's many people in the world that would say they're a big Nightmare on Elm Street fan who haven't fucking supported it with the wallet like I have.
No.
We're sitting here in front of
Freddy
multiple
Krueger
Freddy
stuff
Krueger
everywhere.
figures. We've got a fucking glove sitting over there. Like, I love the series, but I just don't think that, I just don't think I'm any less of a fan of the series by saying this is not a good movie.
No. And you're very fair in saying it's not a good movie.
Yeah.
Terrible. All right, I will round out mine. And this is a more recent, very recent, Jared. And I think this might be that bias type of thing. And
yeah,
I watched it for the second time because I put my wife through it. And it was a rewatch and a chance to sort of re-see it again and just see if maybe I was slightly wrong. It's Time Cut.
Oh, yeah.
I
considered
about
it briefly.
Fucking boring.
Yeah.
And taking a really interesting concept and making it so bland. Like it's like white bread. Like it's basically the white bread of slasher movies. Because they just take anything that might be interesting or anything that we can possibly perhaps play with and enjoy, they take it all out. There's no violence, there's no stalk and slash. There's a cool idea that they then botch about how it comes about.
Yeah.
They then produce the killer, and the idea again of where that's happening is kind of interesting, but it almost got gazumped by the other one, Totally Killer, which was on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, going against Totally Killer, which is
much better.
Pretty cool. It's a good effort at it.
It's just it's everything that's wrong with the Netflix model.
Yeah.
In one fucking 90 minutes of just inconsequential kind of like nothingness.
It was even made sort of outside of the Netflix.
Did they just pick it up?
They picked up?
Maybe.
I could be wrong, but I think that was the case. But it had a fair bit of time.
Yeah. Because it got stopped for a while, didn't it?
Yeah.
And they had some time to reach. Oh no, hang on. Had it not been filmed like
it
at the same time as Totally Killer, and then got shelved for like 3 years?
Yes. Yeah.
It's never good when something's been shelved for fucking 3 years.
Yeah, I'm with you there. That was one that was like it was just a flat feeling. It was such a disappointment after having some excitement built
like you
up.
come away from it with like, oh well.
Yeah.
I've just watched that and I'll probably never look at it again. And
I
unfortunately, a lot of those Netflix slasher movies that they've kind of put out recently are kind of in that boat.
Mm.
You know, we had There's Someone Inside Your House. We had Fear Street Prom Queen.
Yeah, Prom Queen. That was another one that stung a little bit.
And they're just sort of low tier, pretty generic stuff.
Yeah.
The other Fear Streets were okay,
Yeah, I like
if I remember correctly.
overall pretty positive on
positive
that
on
series.
that. But the rest of them they've produced have been they've just been
Garbage?
nothingness. Yeah, well, garbage, yes. Garbage. All right, well, that is it, is it?
No, I've got one more.
You got one
We
more?
haven't talked about.
Oh, shit, we've got one more.
Now, this is the one that you will know that has held ill feeling with me for many viewings. It's Madman. Madman is always whenever anyone tells me what slashers don't you like, Madman is the first thing that pops out of my mouth. As I said to you, I found it a little difficult in parts because the ill feeling that I can recall is all around recent movies. Like we said, stuff like Halloween Ends that I think even I would say there's worse movies, but for my feeling towards it is currently on my Flushmore. Madman it's fucking locked in. It's not going anywhere.
You know what? It would have been right on the fucking precipice, I think, for me, because I hate that movie too. I fucking hate it.
Well, it's just one where it still generates this real positive, oh yeah, Madman's an underrated. And I just kind of, for all this time, I was just like, what am I not seeing? But then I just hit this point where I'm like, no, you're wrong. I hate this movie.
What's the positives?
Well, when you're telling me underrated slasher involves a criminally long sequence of two idiots playing Marco Polo in a spa, somebody attempting to dodge the killer by hiding in a fridge, like
a guy getting his fucking head cut off by the fucking bonnet that's on.
Like,
holy shit.
I just can't go there.
By a killer who's got fucking hobbit feet and keeps going.
Yeah, well, that's right. You're talking about the musical sting of letting us know a killer's there. In Madman, we know he's there because you hear this. I just can't do it. And it's sort of, I don't know, I think I've given it 5 goes.
5 goes?
I'm pretty sure I've watched Madman 4 or 5 times.
I've definitely watched it 5 times.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Every single time. Like, I've spaced it out a couple of years and then come across Madman's underrated. And then I'm like, I better have another look. And now I've just hit the point where I'm like, no, I just can't do it. It's not going anywhere for me.
It's even one of those ones where it takes that approach of like getting everyone outside or getting people alone and outside is just, they just use the most fucking weak ways of doing it. Like, you know, there's one point where they're all stoned and they're all like, someone just gets up and wanders out. The next person goes, if they're not back in 10 minutes, go looking for them. I'll go looking for them by myself.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking shut. It's so lazy.
Yeah, I just can't do it. I could never do Madman.
But they're also talking about sequels all the time, and I'm like, oh my God, like, just leave this alone.
And it's one that I'm like, you've got a template for a reasonable Friday knockoff here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it cuts me, that one. Jason's actually come out all right. He didn't make the Rushmore, but he didn't make the Flushmore. And Freddie and Michael both did.
Let me tell you, part 5 was hovering around the Flushmore.
Yeah.
Part 5, I was close to part 5 being in there, but I just...
Well, part 5 for me, I'm
never bored by part 5.
Yeah, I still laugh at certain things in part 5 more than... It swings more towards something like Pieces.
Yes.
I mean, every time I see Roy on the screen, I chuckle.
Yeah. Are you talking to me? No, you didn't do it, did you? Definitely not. You definitely don't stick out like dog's nuts, have you? Let me check your hands. Is there blood on it? Fucking hell. Oh, but that is Rushmore and Flushmore for Slasher Pictures. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, Podomatic, and wherever else you get your podcasts. Send us an email at thrillme@iinet.net.au. You can find us on Podomatic at thrillme.podomatic.com, Facebook at Thrill Me Podcast Australia, and Instagram at thrillmepodcast.au. Keep an eye on the Facebook page for the next film that we cover. But until then, take it easy, everyone, and we'll catch you later. Cheers.
Find the podcast at Podomatic or on iTunes. Don't forget to rate and review. Like us on Facebook at Thrill Me Podcast Australia or contact us at thrillme, all one word, all lowercase, at iinet.net.au.